Welcome back to Black News Tonight. A recent report by the New York Times exposed an ongoing problem at Amazon warehouses across the nation. In the report, Inside Amazon's Worst Human Resources Problem, the authors write, and I quote, Amazon had been shortchanging new parents, patients dealing with medical crises, and other vulnerable workers on leave. One such vulnerable worker they write about in detail is Tara Jones, who began working at a warehouse in Oklahoma City 3 years ago, but then she injured her shoulders and things took a bad turn. And she's here to tell me exactly what happened. Joining me also with her is Karen Wise. She is one of the authors of the report and the Seattle tech correspondent for the New York Times. Welcome to the show. Tara, when did you start working at Amazon and what went wrong?
I started working in September of 2019, and everything went fine until I got injured on January 16th of 2020.
And when you say everything went wrong, tell me what happened.
I injured my shoulder while I was packing a box, and at that point, I went out on workers' compensation leave, and it seemed okay, but that was a struggle. Amazon, I was off for 4 weeks. They sent me back to work without fully looking at my shoulder medically. So I had to hire an attorney to handle the workers' compensation portion. And at that point, I found out I was pregnant as well. So I went on maternity leave when the time came. And then once I had the baby, I believe it was that day, I realized that my maternity leave check was actually short. And I tried to contact Amazon and get it corrected, and that was just a big ordeal. It took about 3 or 4 months before they finally got it corrected. But of course, that was when I wrote the letter to Jeff Bezos before everything got settled.
Okay, so you're working, things seem good, you hurt your shoulder, you're expecting some kind of response you didn't get. You're pregnant, you expect to get a full check. These seem like reasonable requests. With regard to your shoulder, what did you think they'd say? What did they do that was surprising to you?
The most surprising part for me was after 4 weeks of sending me to physical therapy, their doctors refused to do an MRI or an x-ray using the point of I was pregnant and they didn't want to harm the baby. So they wouldn't even look at it at that point. So that was shocking for me that it seemed like they were pushing me back to work without actually investigating what had happened.
So they don't do harm to your baby through an MRI. They just want to get you back to working in a warehouse. I'm not a doctor, but I suspect warehouse work isn't best for pregnant mothers either. Karen, let me bring you into the conversation because Tara's story could be seen as an anomaly, or it could not be. When you were doing your research for the Times piece, what did you find? How unusual or common is this?
Something that's so fascinating is Tara sends her letter to Jeff Bezos, and then it sets off this internal investigation. And it turns out Tara, sitting there, with her new baby, uncovered a coding error in Amazon's pay system. And so the coding error existed in as many as 179 of Amazon's warehouses for at least a year and a half. So we don't know how many people, and it took them many months to figure out how many people were affected by this one coding error. And this problem with this one coding error that Tara experienced was an example of problems we found with Amazon's system for when people went out on leaves of absence. And some of these were personal reasons, but others were medical, maternity situations, medical emergencies, a whole host of different reasons that people need to leave work. And some of these leaves are federally protected or state protected leaves. Some are not. Some are just kind of optional unpaid leaves that Amazon offers. But we found a system where the technologies don't always speak well to each other, where there's very complicated and overwhelming case management systems, where even the own employees of Amazon who try to implement the leaves are so frustrated with trying to help people and being stymied by the way this kind of system is structured and what had been a lack of investment relative to the kind of demand and the size of Amazon's work.
From the interviews you conducted for your piece with your co-authors, what are some courses of action for the most vulnerable workers of Amazon you found out they're considering? And so what are some of the limitations? In other words, what have they done? What can they do? What are the limitations?
Yeah, so Amazon actually acknowledged many of the problems that we brought to them, and that a lot of what we found was based on their own internal documentation, their own investigations and studies. And they kind of said we were working very hard on this. One big thing is they're staffing up more. They had been understaffed, particularly given the size of their workforce. Don't forget, Amazon's now the second largest employer in America, 1.3 million employees globally and growing. Actually, I should update that number in my brain. They just released new numbers last week. So I believe it's like almost 1.45 or something. And they are saying that they're making they sort of acknowledge related investments in the technology back end of the system. And it sounds kind of crazy to have Amazon, this tech giant, not have technology problems, but another common problem or commonly complained about situation that often was resolved, but not always, and also after a lot of heartache, was that the system Amazon used to process leaves had to go through two other systems for people not to be marked absent at their job. And so therefore, if they were absent at their job, they could get fired. And people would get these notices saying, you've abandoned your job, you'll be fired by the state. And that was obviously very stressful for people. Some people were able to resolve it, but we also found situations that were unresolved. And so, for example, that technology bridge, they've made some interim steps, and they say the permanent fix to that should be coming in March. So they've sort of acknowledged that this is a problem that is facing all employees, not just warehouse employees, but corporate employees as well. And it's somewhere where they want to invest in. But at the same time, they keep growing. I mean, Amazon added 130,000 people in the last financial quarter. They have hundreds of thousands more they plan on hiring, some temporary, some part-time, some full-time, before the holiday season. So there's this kind of game of catch-up as it continues to grow and expand.
Tara, before we go, two questions for you. We've talked a lot about this letter to Jeff Bezos. I want people to understand, first of all, what made you feel like that was the right way to go, and what exactly did you say? I got to know.
I went that route because I was sitting there. I had called we call it the DLS agents. I had called the system and tried to speak with someone that day. I received an email, and they basically told me that my payroll had been corrected, and it hadn't. So I emailed back and said, it's not correct. And I was very adamant at that point. And I went to my car, and I sat in the car and I cried for about 3 or 4 minutes before I finally said, let me email Jeff Bezos. So in the letter, I just explained to him that $90 a week is a lot for my family. That could be groceries for the entire month, And at that point, it was, I have kids to take care of. And I feel like it's crazy that Amazon, as large of a company as they are, and is, making record profits during a pandemic, you can't properly pay people, and it's frustrating.
No, it absolutely is. Did you expect Jeff to respond?
I did not. Honestly, I did not. I did get an email from his resolution team, and they said that they would work on it, which they ultimately did. But even that took time, but I never expected him personally to respond.
No, which is, not saying he could respond to everybody, but I wish he would have. I would have loved to know how he could explain what happened to you. And as Karen and her co-authors have taught us, what happens to a whole bunch of people like you. You're not an outlier. You're not an extra kind of figure operating outside the system, right? You are representative of the system. Anybody that works at Amazon is vulnerable to this. And your courage to speak out, your courage to write the boss and tell them what happened. Karen, your commitment to highlighting these stories, all of it is important, all of it is necessary, and I thank you both for your courageous work. Everybody, stick with me here at BNC and on Black News Tonight, because we want you to join the conversation. We want to hear from you. Head over to our BNC Instagram and Twitter pages. Let us know how you feel. Also, visit the website, bnc.tv, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to check out clips from the show.